Hey guys, Romie here. Romie Reviews to be exact. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Star Season 2, Episode 15. Let the good times roll. So the episode starts off with some, well actually it starts off on a nice enough note. Noah and Alex, they're going and working on this song together. And it's cool, it's nice. But Carlotta says, I have an opportunity for you guys. What if we go down to Nolans and we have technically, I guess it's more so like outdoors club venue appearance and performance. The problem is it's during Gay Pride. And so Noah immediately has that look of, I ain't doing that. Alex is looking at him like, hello, you're really going to let opportunity be wasted because of the fact that you'll be around other gay men? I mean, not other gay men, but, you know, a bunch of gay guys, women, straight, you know, it's a whole smorgasbord. So he technically agrees to it for now. Then we see Star talking to Carlotta, like, hey, what's good? Remember, Star's been acting a little weird. So Carlotta's still giving her we have this party, don't do anything stupid. That was essentially the pep talk of it all. Get it together, don't do anything stupid. Carlotta now has to talk to Maurice, and they have to coordinate, get everything together. Remember, we already know that Maurice is dibbling and dabbling when he shouldn't be dibbling and dabbling. And when they come together to have this board meeting, guess who pops up? Ayana. She's back. Remember, she talked to her father, and clearly she finagled a deal where she'll go and continue to be the face and day-to-day operations of the company because there's a lawsuit coming their way. And she's over it. She's like, wait a minute. You took the reins for how long? And you got nothing accomplished? And it is true. Under her tutelage, they did grow quickly and exponentially. And not much during Maurice's. Maurice has just essentially been doing everything to keep the lights on. That's what he's essentially, that's why he really is an interim type of person. So she comes in and says, here's how this actually goes. You have to make sure that you individually pull your weight because this isn't happening right now. Once the pep talk's done and over with, that's when High Heel's trying to talk to her. Oh, you know, I understand how things went down and I apologize. She said, wait a minute, you're going to have to work blood, sweat, and tears. Why would you go and think that you can go low, talk all sweet nothings to me? No. That's not what we're doing right here. Carlotta feels a certain way because she understands that Ayana's back to cover for her father with this sexual assault allegations. And Carlotta is over it because she's trying to figure out, I'm sure she wants to say time's up because she's trying to figure out, as a woman, how could you go and enable that type of behavior, cover for that type of behavior? But we know how because Ayana's all about self. And this entire episode, poor little Simone. Simone's having these issues of her and Angel. Angel wants to have sex. And Simone keeps dodging him. Angel doesn't know that Simone's not a virgin. So Simone feels very awkward about it because her first time was lost due to her being, raped by her stepfather. While that's going on, oh Lord, while that's going on, Cotton's son is brought over. And Cotton's son trying to figure out, I thought you told me I was going to meet my daddy. Thankfully, High Heel and Carlotta was there, so they essentially distracted him. And Cotton's trying to talk to her baby mama, like, why you didn't explain this to him? And she said, well, I figured that should be your job. I said, she has a point. She does have a point. I mean, it's going to be bad, though. We already know it's going to be bad. Now, they get down to the venue, they get down to Pride, and everyone's just looking, the ladies are having a great time. The guys are like, oh, okay. And then we have, well, Andy definitely had like a tude, but aside from that, we also had this weird vibe with Noah, where Noah just looks like he's borderline disgusted being down here. Like, whoa, whoa, like, oh no, someone please don't take out a picture or a camera because I can't. And then Carlotta, she's trying to figure out, why are the police, what are they doing here? Like, what? No one, they're organized. There's no issues here. The cops come because there's a bomb threat. So now everyone has to go into the hotel. Remember, their venue is this one right here, and it's outdoors. Now they run the risk of, what are they going to do if it gets canceled? And until further notice, that's what the situation is. Back at home, Derek is talking to Bruce, and Bruce is trying to put Derek on game. Bruce is trying to be nosy, but he's also trying to put Derek on game, which means that I noticed you guys have been having a lot of stuff delivered to that house. You know what? Did her social security check scam come through or something? Where's all that? What's going on there? And Derek just has to look up, I don't know. I mean, she's just been ordering stuff a lot. I said, Derek, where could she get the money from? You see where she's living. You see how she's living. She's not just hiding that money. Where is she getting it from? I'm like, I'm on now. Carlotta is talking to Megan Good's character, and Carlotta wants to figure out, so what are you going to do to make sure that my client, my artist, that things start rolling? Because this can't be happening. Maurice steps in and says, look, let her do her job, and you do yours, essentially. Alex and Noah, they start making out. Their relationship is good. I said, it can't be that good. These people aren't stable. Let's see how long before they're unstable again. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knock, knock, knock. Who's at the door? Alex's mama. Which means that the good times are over. Alex's mom does not like Noah. And the main reason is she feels like Alex is making the same mistakes that she made. And she's over it. Apparently she stopped drinking. And she officially wants to leave her, Alex's dad, because he cheated on her. And the woman who he cheated on her with is trying to sell the sex tape. I said, wait a minute, what? Is trying to sell the sex tape and sent it to her first. You can't make this stuff up. I said, that's a certain level of petty that I'm not here for. Ayana is talking to, oh my gosh. Is talking to, what is Keke Palmer's character's name? And I know her name all the time, but I can't. I was talking to her, and it sounds like, from what we're eavesdropping, because we're eavesdropping along with, what's his name? High Hill, that it was her. Gigi, that's her name, Gigi. Whew, I almost had to research that. Gigi's character is like, the fact that you came here, and like, it sounds like a two-part conundrum. Your father is the one that did that to me, and now you're going and covering for him. / I don't want my name put out there. I don't want to be the one that has to go and, if I say anything, then this record label, there's a lot going on. High Hill, though, again, he tries to talk to Ayana again because he just wants to really apologize the way how things happened. And she's still on this whole thing of, I have other things to worry about. Star and her roadie, that's what I'm calling him, they make out. Long story short, they make out. They have sex. And once they're done, Star's like, it was great. I mean, Star even put her leg back up, like, anyway, after they were done. But she wasn't too happy due to the fact that this guy, after, bigging up her ego, wants to go and say, so can you go and give Maurice, my music so that he can maybe listen to it? I looked at this like, wow. Remember when Star used to be the thought that would do whatever it takes in order to get her music heard? That was a classic Star move. I said, Star, this guy's perfect for you. And you're going to be offended, aren't you? She sure was. Look at this, like, this is a mess. Now everyone's downstairs because they're all over it. Alex doesn't want to deal with her mom right now. She's like, her relationship's cool. That's who she wants to focus on. Noah's mentality is, at least your mom's here. She's trying to get it together. My father is complete trash, and I have to deal with that. Star goes talks about how, oh, she had good sex with the roadie, but he tried to use her, and she was over it. Now, things take a turn. Things take a turn when Simone comes over to Angel because Andy was trying to convince Angel that maybe Simone's really gay and that's why she doesn't want to have sex with you. Maybe that's why she keeps dodging it. I'm thinking, Andy, go away. So now, once Andy sees Simone, he tries to act like nothing happened. The energy is weird. Then we deflect over to Andy versus Noah because Andy was on the phone. He was chatting with someone. We don't know who it is. I mean, he could have gotten someone pregnant for all we know. That could be his daughter. I have no idea. The thing is, Andy knew that Noah's father's gay, and he used that against him, and Noah was pissed. Everyone's looking like, Andy, we know we didn't like you before, but we really don't like you now. Like, what's wrong with you to have to personally try to hurt someone or antagonize someone to violence? And that's Andy's thing. I think that's the only way that he can exert his control, his dominance. Yeah, sorry about that. This thing almost died on me. Anyway, Star told him he had to get over himself and his complex. So he went and sang in this like gay bar, and it was a personal song, a very personal song. And I already knew that someone was going to record it, so I thought it was going to go one of two ways. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Star is still talking to Noah again, and Noah's trying to tell her, hey, you like the dude, right? He pulled a you move. And that's what you don't like. Now you understand how it feels. He did something that would be out of the handbook of Star. You need to get over it. Everyone has a hustle, and so I respect that. Gigi was interrupted by her studio session with her actual song, Sassy. That's actually one of her real songs, because Keke Palmer does music for real. And the interesting thing about that is, here goes High Hill. He comes in and he was just saying, you know what, I'm sorry for that. And she didn't want to hear that because she knows this dude. She knows that he's the type of person that is part of the shenanigans about how treating women and all of that. Just because it's consensual doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. And so when he was about to leave, that's when she was just like, you know what, forget it. And how she was really upset because it happened when, I think she said when she was 18, so legal. And the dude,
Why did you sign the contract afterwards?
It was this whole thing of, he touched her, and even though she already knew what it was, as far as like from him and what he could potentially do, she still decided to work with him anyway. And she was just disgusted by that, embarrassed by that. And now situation of, she can say something, but she doesn't necessarily want to. Ayana comes in at the right time and says, you know what? Now is your time. Because I'm sure what Carlotta said really got to her. It's like, you're about this woman empowerment, but what about the other women? And that's fair. That's fair. So Ayana essentially said, time's up. We're not going to let him just get away with this and this type of behavior. When Angel confronts Simone outside, mind you, during an interesting time, Simone's over it because Simone doesn't want to tell him. And Angel's like, is it me? Is it me? Like, what's the problem? Do you not want to be with me? And that's when Simone was just like, yo, you don't understand. Leave me alone. She actually goes and hits him. And the police are there. So the police like, wait a minute. Dude, what are you doing? Not to her, but him. And then I got nervous because I was like, no. Could you imagine him getting arrested and found out that he was illegal because of a squabble to find out what's wrong with his wife and why they can't be into? Really? So they didn't like cuff him, but they used the zip ties because they used that as well. They used the zip ties. They had him sit on the corner, you know. They were very nice. They were very nice. Simone realized that, okay, I did not want this to happen. Now, the messed up part is when they ran his stuff and they both came back fine, I was surprised, but I said High Heel does good work. Of course his forgery is going to work for now. For now. And they were married, so, you know, oh, they're good for now. But Angel's over it because Angel's trying to figure out, do you actually want to be in a relationship with me? And she kind of gives that look of, and darts her eyes. So he said, okay, I got it. And he walks away. Oh, well, that's happening because this whole thing's a mess. Maurice, Megan Good's character, you know, Megan's just like, I'm trying to do all this work. And apparently the security agency that she's using, she's getting kickbacks from. And which are illegal. But Maurice clearly, like the rest of these people, it's all about self. In one way or the other, he's all about self. And Carlotta sees Maurice kissing Megan's character. I said, oh, it's over. Carlotta's not going to put up with that mess. Carlotta is not going to put up with that mess. I forgot to mention that. Wait a minute. I skipped over a whole scene. What just happened? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. Alex is over it because her mom's actually listening to the woman's sex tape. A mess. So Alex wants to take her mom to a ball. They're all going to go to Lawrence's ball. All the guys were in a room. Interesting how Andy apologized. He's like, it wasn't cool what I said about your father. Noah's like, ugh. And I'm glad Noah didn't do the whole fake, okay, I accept it. No, I don't. You're trash. But the really interesting part when it comes to all of that is how Angel's trying to say, you know what? It's messed up because, you know, what's even wrong with them being gay anyway? What's the issue? And so, and everyone looked at him like, that's cute for you to say, but how come you're not down there at all? How come you're not down there? If you're so progressive, if you're so this and that, if you're all, we are the world, we are one, why aren't you down there? I said, that's the thing. That's the messed up part. Because it's like, I don't feel any negative way to, you know, people who don't maybe talk like me, look like me, but it's still the whole thing of, I don't want to be caught up in visual, people see me there, be mixed up there either. Interesting. Now, the ladies were there though. The ladies were there, and Simone let it be known that her and Angel had a fight because Angel still thinks that she's a virgin, and they got some good news. What was the good news? I think it might have been about, oh, the lockdown's over. They're going to be able to perform, so it's going to be great. So to celebrate, Lawrence, during his ball, he starts singing and it's having a great time. And Alex was the star of the show. She went down there. I was surprised. Like, where's Star? Where's Simone? Alex's mom's over it. This is not her scene. So she went and took a bottle and got drunk. I said, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How old are you? So she did that. She was in Alex's bed and she was turned away. Noah came in, saw the profile of his girlfriend, hopped in the bed and started kissing her. And then once he realized it was her, he was like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. Wait, what? Because here she goes saying, oh, no, it's okay, baby. I know this is what you really want. I said, what? What? Like, ugh, you smell like, get away from me. What are you doing? So, okay, one more kiss. But wait, stop. and Alex comes in, and now this part I didn't expect. I thought Alex was going to come in and say, how could you do that to me? But no, Alex said, no, don't even worry about it, Noah. No, really, don't worry about it. I know her. I know this is her. And then Alex's mom, because Alex had told her, get out, and screamed, get out. And then she said, oh no, I'm just gonna stay right here. And she braces onto the wall, slides down it, and passes out. I said, wow, this is what Alex has had to deal with ever since she was 8 years old. That's terrible. That is terrible. Gigi and Simone, of all people, they have a conversation, and it's this conversation about Gigi doesn't want to be the face of, you know, this Time's Up movement when it comes to, I guess, Midtown, whatever they're calling that record label. And she's hurt by it because she feels like, why does it need to be her? Like, oh, why does it need to be her? Why does she need to be able to say something? But again, don't want to let that person get away with it. And Simone was essentially mirroring the same stuff that she was saying. And Simone was giving her the advice that I'm sure she was thinking about herself, as far as sometimes she needs to let people know what's going on. And you can't just keep it all to yourself. I said, Simone, so are you going to follow that? Are you going to express that yourself? Now, Noah and Alex are good for now. She's even twisting his hair. And Carlotta gives the news of, guess what? It wasn't you, Noah. It was Alex that got the major deal. And Noah said, yay, go and do it. She said, you sure? Because I know how you are. Of course, go for it. She said, okay, thank you, baby. But, as soon as she left, that smile went off his face. And that flask, he had that flask with him. So I said, oh, Lord, here we go. Here we go. Derek needs to leave. He wants to leave his grandmother's house like he should have left a long time ago. And because he's like, I called the lawyer. My check came 2 weeks ago. So for the past 2 weeks, she's been spending like a bandit. And he said, she said, no, because he said once he's going to leave. She said, no. And he said, I have to go. This isn't working. You already know that, because before she was yelling about how I took you in, I clothed you, I wiped your dirty butt. I said, we didn't need all that. We didn't need all that. Come on now. You have issues. Star essentially tells her dude she's going to go and do him a solid and pass his music along for now, you know, but he better keep his game up. I said, okay, fair enough. Equivalent exchange. Carlotta decks Maurice for doing that foolishness and trying to run game apart on her. And she said, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm about. That's not what's going to happen. Cotton talks to High Hill, and High Hill gives her the courage to go and try to interact with her son instead of just because she felt like, oh, he hates me. He doesn't understand you or understand this because he has nothing else otherwise. He has such a complex. It's sad. Noah finally snaps and starts fighting him because it was like, oh, so yeah, because Andy's whole thing was, I know why you really don't like being here. You're uncomfortable here. And maybe it's just like father, like son type of thing. We go back to Carlotta's house where Cotton, she's not really interacting with her son yet. But we hear him singing the Yo Gotti part, saying, I like, oh, no, I tell all my hoes, ring it up. Hey, bring it down. Hey, drop it. Okay. Man, that was the song last year. And Cotton's trying to say, well, you know, why are you talking like that? Why is that how you view women? It's like, what? Doesn't matter. It's a song. And the thing is, the whole point that they're trying to show is this child needs some direction. And is rude. So Cotton now feels like, you know what? Forget this. I'm just going to go and tell him. Because, you know, have you ever heard of... Here's the thing. Cotton tells him that originally he was a man. She has the mind of a woman, but was born with a male body. And because of that, she changed her outward appearance to match how she felt and how she thought. And it was interesting. As a kid, he was like, okay. Until she got to the part where, and I'm your father. He had that look of, and what? I said, oh no. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. While that's happening, Noah is talking, Star, of all people, is talking to Noah to get him out of this funk. And Star's just like, don't let that dude, I mean, Andy's trash. You already know that, but don't let him get under your skin. And then Star was trying to figure out, so what's okay, your father's gay. And it's like, well, my mother loved him. And what ended up happening is he One day there was this, he was with his gay lover, and that was the end of their relationship. That was it. That was it. And then she started drinking, and then he started drinking, and now we understand full circle. And he also says, you know, he doesn't have a problem with people who are out living their lives. It's the ones that essentially, you know, perpetrate the fraud. And I said, is it just them though? So then Star said, well, I'm going to have to shake that at you. You need to go and sing. And you need to be around people who will appreciate you, even if you're like, towards them. So she brought him to, she brought him to this gay club, and let me see. And hold on, guys. Dynamic. And so then the scene was weird because I felt like maybe it was supposed to go a little bit faster, because the son said he's going to tell his mom he doesn't want to ever come back here again. I said, oh no. And while all that's happening, he pauses, and then he starts foaming at the mouth. I was like, he's having a seizure. I'm like, Cotton, move. He's having a seizure. Hill's like, I've had a couple of those. All right, let's be calm. You're going to be okay, little man. Call a, what are you doing? Call a cop. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe.